That was good, Mark. It's been a minute. Let's get into this trade breakdown. Looking at what happened today. First things first, we noticed that although we have been on a crazy bull run, putting in all-time highs, breaking above these previous highs, we are holding above them, so that's a good sign. But we did kind of top out over here Thursday, July 3rd. We kind of put in a top to this smaller range that's forming, and that's what we played off of today. So yesterday we were bullish, great, because we came back down into these previous highs. Right, we're at support, simple. Not trying to reinvent the wheel. That's what we're looking for. Got to set up at support. Took it long. Today we're seeing at resistance. Now we do have we got resistance up here, which I didn't have marked, but it's just visual thing. Clearly some resistance there. That's the top of the range. But we also have a micro range within that, right? So here we saw a price struggle here a couple times, either pushing into it or falling or breaking back above it, failing to hold back above it, pushing back into it, falling. So that was kind of what we were seeing today. And on the 4 hour, we had a level right here, right? We had some price action falling back under this red candle. We could see a short back down to the bottom of the range as it just falls back into this micro range. But earlier this morning, refined down, going on a lower time frame. I don't know what news dropped. Some news dropped. I don't know if it was CPI or what. I haven't been in the loop. But something dropped at 8, and it made us run highs again. But I noticed that we were failing to move higher. So I was watching to see if we could break back above these highs here. Is this 63.41? Break through it with some displacement, showing some clear buying, some strong bullish buying, and hold above that for longs, right? That's what I was looking for. Simple. Instead, we saw that news open. Strong buying came in, leaving a large wick, clearly showing it failed, and then falling, looking like it was falling back within that range. So that's all we took our short from. We saw once we got this break below this candle here, strong bearish move, clear displacement. We were looking for a retest into this area, putting our risk above, and just looking for a clean one-to-one move back to the downside. And of course, we knew that we could see a move back down to the bottom of the range, but we're keeping it conservative. Right now in the 4 hour, we could have remained bullish until we got a move back below this line here. Until we got back below 63.08 on the 4 hour, we could have remained bullish. So with that being the case, price could have pushed back into here, held, and then continued to ran to make new highs. So we didn't want to overstay our welcome looking for that move back down to the downside because it might not have happened. We wanted to catch what we can catch from the market, catch a little chunk, which ended up being 25 points, which is actually massive, right? Huge trade. In comparison, right? 25 points is a great move to catch, especially if you have some size on that. That's a huge move to catch, right? But anyway, we caught our piece of the market, and we were okay with letting that continue to run another 25 points, right? Ended up being a 53-point move from our original entry, so there was that. So this is just, again, being able to be flexible. Yes, the daily is in a massive uptrend right now, but you got to use the context of what we're seeing, use the information that is developing in real time. Great time to look for buys, right? Absolutely. But we were seeing information develop in real time that was saying that the buyers are not here right now. Not to say that this won't continue to run and make new highs for another 6 weeks, another 3 months. We're not saying that. But for today, the clues that were left behind for the market was saying that buyers weren't able to step up at those prices just yet, right? They might appear down here again at the bottom of the range. They might step in down here again and make new highs, right? That they may do that. But for what we're seeing today, for what developed today, we were staying flexible, spotting and not getting stuck in a bias, just reading and paying attention to what price was telling us and what was happening in front of us. So major key is staying flexible, you feel me, not getting stuck in that bias and reading the market. Just pay attention to what the market is telling us. So clean trade. I also withdrew the profits from this trade. So after all of this time of trading, I was never really using, spending my profits, right? I'm just trying to compound my way to riches. But it's very difficult to grow a significant amount of money from a small amount of money, especially when you're trying to follow proper risk. So just to make it real along the way, I think I am going to be withdrawing a little bit more often, um, because at this point in my trading, the stage I'm at now, I feel like I deserve to try to enjoy it. You feel me? I definitely deserve to try to enjoy it, and then just add money to my account instead of trying to grow it. You know, $50 wins, $100 wins, trying to grow it to this massive amount. It would be much better for me to just add a couple thousand to the account, right? Just consistently adding to the account over time, and that will allow me to continue to trade within proper risk. You feel me? Continue to risk a small amount per trade, and still enjoy the growth because I am gonna be, practicing that proper risk management. It's just a little bit more money, right? So back trading live, haven't traded in a while, but these are some of the moves that we're gonna have to look for. You feel me? Those 5-minute setups, stuff like that, I'm not gonna be able to do anymore. I'm gonna be looking for 30-minute entries. I'm gonna be looking for 1 hour setups, right? 4 hour setups if possible, right? If that's something that calls for it. But with this, you see that the 4 hour setup didn't come until much later in the day, and it's not as promised as that smaller move was, right? It wasn't as promised as that smaller move. Today, we got lucky, but even seeing that 30 minutes, like, to see a 1 hour confirmation is good. Like, price can move a lot in a couple hours in order for that trend to change. Like, if you're just now getting a trend change on the 1 hour, you got a lot of good amount of price action before price may turn around or break trend. So the 1 hour is really a great time frame to trade. You got some clarity. You got some higher time frame participants, higher time frame follow through, but it's not too much to try to overstay any small move that's happening in the market. So that 1 hour is vicious, man. I like it. It's what I have to trade. You do have to consider that the moves may be a little bigger, right? That's why we're scalping, so we could make sure, 10-point stop loss max, risk $50 a trade, whatever the case may be. That's why if it comes down to having to add more money to the account to stay within proper risk, if you got to have a 30-point stop loss, if you got to have a 50-point stop loss, have that still being 1% of your capital that you're risking, then I'm going to have to do what I have to do. You feel me? But we're transitioning from day trading to a little bit swing trading. From scalping, I say, transitioning from scalping to day trading. You feel me? Those 5-minute entries, trying to be a sniper, trying to be so precise. I don't think that fits. It doesn't fit where I'm at right now. It doesn't really fit my personality anymore. I like the clarity of it. I'd rather have things be a little bit more, not to say accurate, because it's actually less accurate on the higher time frames, but and I definitely can't say more certain, but a little bit more. There's some more conviction on those higher time frames. So I do like that, but the risk is higher as far as just the size of the moves, right? The size of the stop loss. So, yeah, man, just a quick video about, again, staying flexible, not getting stuck in that bias, reading the information that the market is presenting as it develops, right? Being able to switch on the fly. We were looking for longs this morning. We saw what the market was telling us. We were looking for shorts. It all made sense. These are the conditions where it makes sense. Clear, defined range, taking sells at the top of the range, taking buys at the bottom of the range. These are, this is as easy as it gets. You feel me? But yeah, market's cooperating right now. Just continue to practice those things and continue to execute when it's time to execute. And we should be continuing to see success. I really got to stick to these one-on-ones, right? It gets tempted, especially on a day like this, to see this move, catch the one-on-one, trail, break even, try to squeeze it for another move. That's great. That's great and all, but it's about one-on-one right now. It's about one-on-one. The stats have showed me that I have an edge. You feel me? Even if it's a 60%, just a 60%, 61%, when it comes to one-on-one, that's enough to be profitable, right? And then when you look at the stats, every trade that I stretched, whether we're stretching it to 2 to 1, whatever the case may be, moving it to break even, trying to squeeze a bigger trade after it hit 1 to 1. Looking at the stats, if I would have just simply stuck to 1 to 1, I would have had a lot more winning trades, right? Just sticking to taking a 1 to 1 trade, I would have had a lot more winning trades. And as long as the winning trades are, I'm winning more than I'm losing with the 1 to 1, it's going to be profitable. So that's all I need to continue to do. As much as it would have been great to catch that larger move, would have been fire catching a full move, trailing it, moving it down, managing the trade. That's not what we're here to do. I'm back on a live account. I'm back on my personal account. We're not doing the props no more. We're not paper trading. I practice those things. I practice trailing and maximizing a winner. I know that I can do it. I know that I have rules in place for managing a winning trade and getting them and milking a winning trade. I know how to maximize a winning trade. We know how to do it. It's time to apply this on a personal account, not a prop account, not a paper trading account. This is real. I mean, it's time to execute. It's time to make some money. It's time to grow the account. It's time to refine and show that these skills have been worked on and developed. You feel me? So, yeah, we want proof. We want the proof first. We want to show that we can do this. So, I'll catch you guys in the next video. Thanks for watching. Make sure to leave a like, comment down below, and subscribe.